Okay, so I'll join so you can see what other people are seeing.
I see it too. But you cannot see me, darn it.
There you go.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Nadia Kimber, and today I want to talk about women's business grants and loans in 2020. I have also information not only for women's business grants, so it also works for different small business grants, small businesses, and self-employed. So I'm happy to share some useful information for everyone. A little bit about myself. I moved to United States from Russia, where I had my business for 5 years. I founded and managed knitting factory. And now I'm trying to build something cool and interesting here in the United States. And as any entrepreneur, I asked myself about how should I fund my business and what sources, financial sources should I like come up. And today I wanna talk with you like why do we need funding? Talk with you about best trends in 2020 and about like some useful tips how to apply. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. So here you can see different funding options. The most famous, the most options that right now entrepreneurs come to fund their businesses. And doing some like just simple analysis, I see that like grants could be something similar to self-funding, but it's still not the best analogy. So, but grant is kind of free money, but it's still it takes like tons of competition, tons of time, and like it's not certain that you will get it. So as for myself, I tried to apply for grant for my business, and like why I think it's most to me. First of all, I think that using grant, I can prove demand of my idea, of my project. Also, I can build a prototype to check also and work on different like details of my business. I can detail my product. I can also drive sales and marketing. I can also raise pre-seed round, build awareness, and I don't want to use venture capital, and I also want to avoid going into debt. And Brian asks his comment like, don't ask husband Brian for more money. So I would like to systemize all grants, all possible grants. So there are very like many governmental grants, and there is a platform, grants.gov, where you can see just like millions, like there are really a lot of different grants, and it's also private grants. One of my favorite is like pivotaladventurers.org. This is organization that found, it belongs to wife of Bill Gates, and she usually like founds like interesting like different like segment projects. Also, it's state specific, like because we're in New Mexico, I wanna share with you some link about grants over here in New Mexico, and also it's governmental grants and private grants in New Mexico. Here you can see dreamspring.org, loanfund.org, so you can sort and check this. Also, it could be community-specific grants and group-specific. So one of them is like women-owned businesses, and because like one of my business connects with green environment protective ideas, so I also check in such group-specific grants as like green grants or sustainability grants. So here all the list of grants that I I applied, except 2 of them. So, and here you can see that like the amount, like organizations that provides grants amount, also deadline cycle, and how much time I need to wait to get this grant, and also direct link. So if you're super interested, I'm happy to share all this information with you. I can send it on your email or any. Also, you can see there is 3 grants that deadline is tomorrow. So if you still want to like to chance this, so it's nice to apply. And now I want to talk with you about some tips, like how not to be super overwhelmed about, like, there are so many different grants, there are so many informations that you need to provide, and how to save your time and do it like fast. So for myself, like to avoid mistakes and tons of time, just first of all check if a grant is provided for nonprofit or revenue generated businesses, because I spend like probably like, I don't know, like 5 or 10 hours preparing for like all my documents and application for one grant, and at the end, I realized that it's for nonprofits. So, and I was kind of disappointed. So, for me right now, it's like rule number 1. Second one, I have a spreadsheet where I have all information about my project, about my business. It could be like contacts, emails, website, like all this information that you can just copy paste, and it saves your time. Third one is also I have spreadsheet with short essays about my motivation, background of myself, background of my business ideas, challenges and opportunities. Those are the most popular, the most popular questions that are asked at all applications. So I just also copy paste those, and like it's done. Also, is like second question that next question that I usually ask, it's like how you're going to spend the money. So it depends on what amount of a grant you apply. You at least need to have, like, you don't need like business plan, but you need at least plan in your head, like what you're gonna spend this money on. For example, if it's like 4,000 grant or like 100,000 grant, so at least you need to explain how you're gonna use them. So, and I also have kind of like small, even like I have my business background, so I kind of can really see like what I need money for. But if you don't have any business background, so at least you can assume and just, I would say, be sincere and believe in your idea. So this is also on my list of for tips. And also I use Gantt chart for deadlines and processes. So where you can, if you applied for many different grants, and they have, all of them have different deadlines, all of them have different dates. So just to chart, and like all information you have in one on like in one file, you open it and you can see like all information. If you like, if you didn't get that grant already, so you just like mark as it's like done, or you're still waiting for some other grant. So I also have this as a file, but I was going to show you, but it's in Russian. I didn't have time to translate it, but still, if you also need this information, I'm happy to share that file, like Gantt chart for my grant processes checking. So I'm happy to share with you as well. So, and just as a summarize, like I want to say that grants like shouldn't be the major source of like founding your business. It's one of the, like, I would say, like free money, but still it has tons of competition to get it. So, and it could be just as a can be as a replacement. So if you have any questions, so I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, happy funding.
Well, thanks, Nadia.
So if you have any questions, please let me know.
I'm processing. It's so excited. It's great news. I find a lot of answers on my questions, but before I put things together and asking, I need to writing to put.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really interesting, amazing. I mean, I know somewhere, but where? And here you go. You got it.
Yeah, so here's like all information. So if you need, like, just contact me or email, and I'm happy to share all this information. Because I know Evgenia, she has her own sewing production, like factory here in Albuquerque. So, and I think you also can like use this source of financially, like any of your process.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
Idea.
I don't want to say I want to be bigger, but I see a need in our city, in our state. I will say. I don't want to say that I'm the best, but I'm best in what I do, and I believe in strongly. But I see the needs and education and sort of type of work that I do, sewing alterations. And I'm really excited to show and explain what I do and how I do. And people really reach me out and interesting about it. So I think I'm doing a good job, and I need more sources to be even better and able to provide some work for other people who needs it, is me like that crazy and have lots of creations of fun. I think I'll put things together and I'll be reaching out, Nadia.
Okay, sure. Okay, guys, if you have if you will have any questions, so Brian have my contact. Nock, you are muted. We don't hear you.
I'm sorry. So actually, we have Eve share her she say in the chat that she may have an output for physician office to show the top people the critical self-care topic, and she may want to write a grant together once she get the program fleshed out. So do you have any recommend for her?
Definitely, I can, like, because just having this experience of applying to different grants, I can help with like major like points for the grant. But yeah, sure, we can discuss it. And Noventum can help with all IT support for that grant, because having grant online is like main right now. It's very important.
Nadia, do you want to describe what you're doing at Platformer to let everybody know how they can support that as well?
Yeah, I registered Platformer LLC here in the United States. Right now, this business works as a managing company for Amazon online stores. So I create and I help I help create different businesses, online stores on Amazon. So if you wanna get your market presence, if you need new clients, so you can use our help to put your product on Amazon. And also, I help to build global account. So we combine not only United States market, it's also Canada, Mexico, and also right now I'm working on creating opening markets in Japan, in Europe. So everything that Amazon provides. So, but right now also I'm working on as a project. It's sustainable fashion brand. So that it helps to protect our environment, creating so it's collections that made out of recycled cotton and recycled materials. So, and actually this project that I use for applying for all those grants. So I hope to get to start this one.
And one thing that helped us out with platform, got a construction material company into Canada, into Fulfilled by Amazon Canada. So we spent forever on getting them into Fulfilled by Amazon US, mostly because I wanted to learn about what interests my wife, and so we'd have something to talk about while we were eating dinner. But it was a 6 to 12 month process with us doing in the US, and she got them into Canada in like 2 months. So they were really happy that she was able to get the product into Canada, meet all the safety requirements, and just get it so that Amazon would put those orders in Canada. So that's a concrete example. You guys might know Nick Harmon, the sheetrock color guy. That's one of the earliest successes with opening up new markets.
All right, thank you for those answers and the grant information too.
Yeah. So I don't have any questions, so I let Brian start.
All right. So maybe I'll just, Nadia, do you want to mute yourself, and then I'll mute here.
All right. All right, that's probably a little bit better. So we have one question from Nena, and I'll give a little bit of an overview about what's going on here. So for the 7 Bar North, we created a members only, Anwar created a members only section. So this is what their website looks like from an administrative point of view. You see this homeowners only, and you see these different pages here. And if you're not logged in, then you see things. Oh, I'm not screen sharing. Okay, thank you, Nadia. So that is great. So let me just do a presentation. All right, now you guys can see. Can everybody see what I'm talking about a little bit better now?
Yes,
all right.
I can see this.
So this is the members only section that we built out. If you're logged in, you see this homeowners only section for the 7 Bar North HOA. And if you're not, you don't see that. And if you try to go to one of these pages, like manually, so you just copy the URL and you put it over here. Well, that actually should not have worked. I think that you guys probably need to adjust that, Nena. But for this one, yep, you see it. You are unauthorized to view this page. So that's what this looks like. So if we go back here though, so their goal is to learn how to make this work well across pages, but also across blog posts. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to edit this page. No, this is a category, right, Anwar? So maybe this isn't the best example for making things uneditable. But what Nena wanted to do is for these non-compliance letters, she has a blog post that she wants to make it so that you have to be logged in to see the blog post. Is that your goal, Nena? Am I talking about that correctly? You're muted. So I'm just gonna assume.
Yes, that is correct.
So, so what we ended up doing was for this, I had to add a short code to the blog post, the bogus non-compliance letters. So we had to add this piece of logic. So the membership level has to be active with membership 1, since that's your only membership level. If allowed, we show the content. Otherwise, we show the unauthorized message. So it's everything between these two chunks can only be shown if you're a logged in member with access. So we can test this by going here and saying, okay, this blog post looks good. And if we go to a new incognito window where I'm not logged in, see, I can still see the title, but I can't see any of the text. So I accomplished this through a mechanism of the advanced rules feature. So I couldn't actually see a way to just show or hide a blog post based upon the membership level. For pages, you can go down here and you can see that. For example, if we go over here to this Architectural Approval Committee request for approval, and I edit this page, it just has a form, and this page is protected. Membership with access. Only the homeowners can see this page. We don't really have that for the blog post. So that's why I researched and I figured out, hey, we can hide the content with the access code. And then if you want to hide the entire blog post, just the same as with pages, then it's going to require a little bit more work, maybe a membership customization. And that might be something that Anwar has an idea about just off the top of his head. But that's what I came up with for your question. Does that answer your question? And I think you're unmuted now.
I'm still a little confused. Number one, I'm having a hard time seeing the screen. I don't know if you can make it any larger. But as far as hiding a post, so if you're a homeowner and you're logged in, you'll be able to see the posts on the public page, correct?
Well, and that's part of the issue with this mechanism of hiding, right? So when I go to this post, I can still see the title, right? But I can't see anything else. So in your post listing, what I would probably end up doing is coming up with a category, which is like membership protected, right? And then exclude things from the public blog page that have that, and then have another like members only blog page that includes those categories. So that's one workaround, right? Is to actually use the categorization mechanism. And by that, what I mean is like to go in here, and then so I see that you've got these compliance violations, you've got these different categories, right? But what I would probably do is do something like this, right? And then add that as a category, apply it. And then for your blog listing, I would exclude anything from members only from the public blog listing. So that'll be, an additional configuration. And then from the private one, I would include it. Does that make sense? So it'd basically be two separate blog pages, one for logged in users that are members and one for the public. I mean, is that your goal, is to have it so that...
That is my goal. So I started out with that post that you brought up at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I did create a category for it that was neighborhood announcements, I think. Can you see that category?
Yep.
So that created a menu item under homeowners only.
Oh, yep.
So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is trying to exclude it from the public page.
Okay, so let's just take a look at the public page. It's usually like this, but let's see. Oh, okay. So which one is the public page?
If you go to announcements on the main menu.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. See, on this one, the first one, Neighborhood Watch, is the one that I wanted to display only for members.
Okay, so what you might need to do here, right? You're currently editing the page that shows your latest posts. So when you use these defaults, it doesn't always give you the control that you want. Like, so if I show you, so what I'm suggesting is that you actually create an announcements page, and then inside that page, you build out the blog listing. And you can typically do that based upon, different categories. So you'd have to build like a thumbnail of the individual blogs, and then you configure that and say, I want everything except the members only. So you could probably have an exclude category. And an example of that, and Anwar, if you have a better way of explaining this, since you're actually in there building these things on a daily basis, just interrupt. So see this, how this is like recent videos. And then if we go in here, these are probably still, so this is a travel page. And this includes all of the blog posts that are related to travel and videos. But if we go in and we go into a travel category, then this just shows the Africa blog posts. So like this, like instead of just showing Africa blog posts, you would say show everything except the members only blog posts. So you need to build this out and configure these previews. Does that make sense?
Can you go back and show me the setting where you can say exclude?
Well, that's what I'm saying is you can't really you need to create a new page, and then you would need, so you can't from here, right? So you need to do this. It would be like this.
Okay, but I did create, well, the new menu item, which is a category, and I want the post to display on that page, which it does, but I want to exclude it from the public page.
Okay, short code for excluding category and blog. Now, this may have post categories. Yeah, I mean, this might start requiring some coding. But let's just see if we can do it this way. So, Anwar, are you aware of any default shortcodes for blog, displaying, or junk chow that I could do something? You see what I'm saying?
I'm not sure I understand the question. So, do you want to like list posts on a page but exclude a certain category? Is that it?
Yeah.
Well, basically, I want two different blogs, one for the public site and one for the homeowner site.
Yeah, and
So that's
so,
what I'm trying.
so
yeah.
Anwar, can you see this pseudocode that I just made up that's trying to explain what I want?
I mean, I think there are a number of ways you can implement this. So you could create two different categories and then just assign posts to different categories. And then when you create pages, you just select to display whatever category you want. Or you can also exclude categories, but you would need some like extra plugins for that. Because by default, WordPress doesn't support that, but it's possible if you use something like Beaver Builder or something else.
So I like your suggestion there, Anwar. So what you would do is you'd basically have two categories, right? You'd have public, and then you'd have members only. And then everything would belong to one of those categories.
Or you can use tags as well.
Yeah, yeah, but I like the category mechanism. And then you would show your public category to the public, and you would show your members only category to the members only. Does that make sense? Jenna?
It does. So I'm still trying to figure this out. I can see how you can have public categories and the members only categories, I think.
Yeah, I like Anwar's suggestion for that rather than the exclusion. And then, I mean, you just have to remember to always apply something to one of those two categories. Otherwise, you're going to get blog posts that are basically missing.
Or you can create one category, the one that you want to exclude, and then like add all of the posts that you want to exclude, and then exclude that category.
So that's my question. How do you exclude the category from the public page?
So you would need to use a plugin. Like we often use something called Beaver Builder, and that's a plugin. If you use that plugin, you can exclude categories or like tags or anything.
So tell me the name of that plugin again.
It's called Beaver Builder, but it's not the only one you can use. Like, I would just need to look it up, but that's like off the top of my head at the moment.
And then that's you know, that's one way, right? That's with the exclude way. But you have everything that you need if you make two mutually exclusive categories, right? Using the existing categorization mechanism. But you'd have to think of it in terms of this is being included here, and this is being included here, and these should be totally disjoint. And if they're not, I'm going to get weird behavior.
But if you have multiple categories for the public site, would you have to mark each one?
Yeah. I mean, the top level category would be public, right? And then the past that, like you could have other categories too, but you'd only show the public category.
Can you show me on the category screen how you would do that?
Yeah. So, okay. So what I would do here is I would have, so I've got the neighborhood, wait, where did this go? This is members only. I just added members only. So I don't know why it didn't show up. Okay, so I've got members only here, and then I'd have another category called public. And then this would have to belong to either members only or to public. And then if I did that, then I could use my category view, which is, Anwar, do you remember that? Or is it just with a link? You just create links
to view the categories, you mean?
To include a link where it just shows the categories. Like you've got one here. So that's right. This one. I just added that. So
which page are you on here?
oh, I'm trying to figure out the category mechanism to do just the category that you want.
I can show the Beaver Builder way, like in the meantime, if you are.
Yeah, if you want to do a screen share.
Looking for something.
Yeah, it's taking me a minute to do this categorization.
Okay. So let me share my screen then. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So yeah, you should see a WordPress.
I can, but it's hard to read. Is there any way to make it bigger?
Well, okay, let me try to share a different screen because I have two. Okay. Is that bigger?
Maybe a little. Yeah, it is a little better. Yeah.
So yeah, this is a list of pages, right? So so on this site we are using Beaver Builder, and it's just a tool, a plugin that like helps you to create content and also visually. So I'll try to edit the homepage with Beaver Builder because I have it installed, so I have that option here. So let's say I want to add an element called posts on this page here. Now I see all these options, and I go to the content tab, and there's a filter here, and I can filter by posts, categories, tags, or authors. So let's say, so we're talking about categories as an example. So I can match categories, like, or a list of categories, or like I can select exceptions. So let's say match all categories except, and I need to start typing a name of like any category. So,
And does this apply to each post or to all posts? I don't know.
So, let's say I select Africa category. I can also add more to this like except list, and then that would mean like show me everything except posts in these categories. Does that make sense?
I still don't understand where, I don't understand. Do you do this for the announcements page?
Oh, it could be any page. So you could do this for any page. So I selected this page, random page as an example, and I can add this element, this posts element to any page.
But Nena, to answer your question, you would have to create a page and then add the element to the page. This wouldn't work very well or at all for a page that's automatically created that you cannot edit.
Yeah, if there is a page that is automatic, I mean, you can like create the same thing like the regular way, like with a regular page, and then add this element.
And you add the element to the page.
Yeah, wherever you want, and there are lots of other options too, like how you want to display it, like in columns or as a list, or category.
See, I can see the label at the top that says posts. So that sounds to me like it's applying it by post, not by page.
Well, it is, but it's inside of a page. So it's operating over posts.
So yeah, like right now I'm editing a page, right? And I'm adding things to this page that I'm editing. So, and I added like this element called posts, and basically it's just like a section that lists posts, and then I edit it. Well, this has like a bunch of stuff on top of each other, so this is not the best example, but so you see with Beaver Builder, I can add like lots of different elements, like a photo or text, and one of these elements is posts here.
Okay.
Then when I add it, I can select what kind of posts I want to show in this section. And I have a filter for that here. And I can filter based on like specific posts or categories or tags or authors. And you can also combine them too. So, and you can either match by categories or tags or authors, or exclude categories.
Okay, so this will allow me to create an additional posts page, because the way the site is right now, it doesn't allow that. You can only have one blog. But if I install this plugin, then it will allow me to create 2 separate blogs based on whatever criteria I give it. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the announcements page. I mean, if it's a regular page, then we can do the same thing. If it's not, then we can just create the same page with the same content and add this section, post section.
The announcements page is the blog for the public site.
Yeah, I see. So I guess it's like an automatic WordPress page that shows posts, right?
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, we can like we can create a different page, but like do whatever we want, like add this filters and these post sections.
I think what Nana means is that for WordPress, so there is a definition for which page is a blog post page, and that's only for one. But here, what Anwar says is that for any regular page that we can add like a page content, a content module which is a post. So that is can be applicable to any kind of like page. So not just to the default blog page that is defined by WordPress. And so in this way, so one thing I want to add is this, is that when you create two pages with different category of the post that is displayed on that page, then you can also create there's differentiation you can create between the login menu and not login menu, whereas for the not login menu, only the navigation to the public post page is available. But for login page, there's another menu, like for example, the member only post page is also available from the menu bar. In that way, then people will know, like will see whatever they need to see.
Okay, I get that, but still, like you said, WordPress only allows one blog.
Yes, but for that definition is that's just definition for the WordPress, the platform. But in fact, we can also add the post content to any WordPress pages, not just the default blog post pages. So I'm pretty sure what you're saying is that in the settings read, and there's a definition to define which page is a default blog post page, and but we're using another tool to add additional to how WordPress defines this. With Beaver Builder, we're able to add blog content to other regular page, not just a defined blog post page.
Okay, but in the blog page that I have right now, I still don't understand. I mean, I guess you're saying that I can use Beaver Builder on that page and exclude whatever content I want to exclude. Correct?
Well, yeah, I mean, you have this announcements page, right? And it's
Which
automatically,
is
the blog page, and it automatically lists like all of the posts that you have in yes by latest order. But you don't have to use this page. Like instead of this announcements page, we can replace it with a regular page, and we can edit it in any way we want.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is it won't work on a blog page.
Well, it will function as a blog page. Like it won't be technically a WordPress blog page, but it will be like practically it will be the same thing. And you can also like show it to certain members, or you can like decide to show it to everyone or to just certain members. And also you can like create multiple blog pages too, like if you want like different parameters, those blog pages.
And Nana, this is just one solution, right? If you do want to use an automatically generated blog page, I can show you a way to accomplish that using two categories, a public and a members only category. But I actually think that the Anwar solution with Beaver Builder is what I would recommend. I think that you're going to get a better result there, and it's less kludgy than having two categories, public and private, But you can accomplish that if you really want to use the automatic WordPress generated category pages, then we can. It just WordPress also provides, and typically an everything category listing page, and that's what you're referring to as the blog page.
Right. So I guess I'm worried if I use Beaver Builder and create a different page, is it still going to function like a blog with all these categories on the side and searching? And
if you configure it that way, right? And I can show you the way that might work for you. I mean, I still think that Anwar's solution is better, but I created a members only category and I created a public category, right? So if you want to use the members only category, we can do that. And this is what it looks like, right? And if you go into there from an incognito window, then this is what it looks like. You see the title, but you don't see anything else, right? And if you want to go in and you want to see the public category, right, then this is what it looks like. And then if you
do you want to share your screen, or are you?
I'm not.
Because I was sharing, I think.
Oh, I think I'm presenting now. You guys can see my screen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and this is what the public looks like, right? So I'm saying that you can do this by, jamming every single blog post into either public or members only, and then using these pages. That's another way through the categorization mechanism by adding this public category. I like Anwar's better, right? I think that being able to exclude things from a blog listing is better than having to build up this superset of everything being included in either public or private, because you're going to forget and you're not going to tag something in public or private, and then you're going to say, where did my blog post go? And then you're going to call us, and then 30 minutes later we'll tell you that it's because it's in either public or private. Yeah. But it's a way to accomplish it using the existing tools without installing and configuring Beaver Builder and without building out those pages.
okay. Okay, I guess I'll just have to play with it and see which works best.
And just let me know, because we have a Beaver Builder developer license, so we can install that for you. It's just, you're getting a lot of custom or commercial plugins, so your yearly bill is going to go up if you keep adding all that.
Yeah, and I'm trying to avoid that. I mean, I'm trying to come up with the best solutions without incurring more cost.
Yeah, but then you have to save your time, what the cost is for doing that too. So,
well, I'll try the categories and see if that works.
Okay, but do these two paths, they at least make sense?
Yeah, like I said, I just have to play with it and see if I can make it work. Yeah.
Cool. Great. Well, thanks, Anwar, because I think that was very helpful approaching it from the Beaver Builder perspective while I scrambled to rebuild the categories to illustrate the other way. So,
I have a general question. Do you prefer Beaver Builder over Elementor as far as page builders go?
I do. I mean, what about Anwar, Jung Chao? I mean, are you guys just using Beaver Builder because that's what I picked, or did you pick that, Anwar, or how did that decision go down?
I don't remember exactly how we ended up using it more than other tools. I guess it seems to be like lighter, like things like Elementor or Fusion Builder. They just seem to be heavier, but I haven't done like actual testing to see like if it's actually like heavier or not. I mean, like if it loads the page longer or not, but
I'll take a look at both then.
And usually there are pros and cons to like each tool, because like Beaver Builder may have some element that you may need, but it may not have some other stuff, and you might need to purchase like extra things for that.
Yeah, I think Elementor is the same. It's got a number of free things and then purchase options as well. All right, thank you.
And Jamie from Southwest Cyberport, she's really into Divi. So I think Elementor, Divi, Beaver Builder, those are kind of like the top two. I wouldn't really, I don't like Fusion Builder, but that's just me. So. Jung Chao, anything to add? It seemed like you had a...
Yeah, and these builder plugins, they usually have like free version, like it would be like it, and they would have like limited number of elements or features, but you can like try and like test these free versions and get a feel if you like it better or not.
And Eva had a point about, she would just rather pay somebody to do this stuff. And Noventum can work at all different levels, right? If you really want a ton of training, it's very, very in-depth. We work closely with Oakley Studio. Our training is not quite as polished and smooth as his, but we can figure out anything. So, if you want help on doing it yourself, we can come up with a way that works for that. I actually prefer to just get the goal and then to talk with Anwar, Jung Chao, Noah if it's a marketing thing, Gene if it's a design thing, and then we just work towards that goal. But for the 7 Bar North, we gave them 4 different proposals along all different price to functionality, and they really just used us for the things that were difficult, for the members only, and for a form that it was like a 4 or 5 page form. So, Nena built out almost everything else with some training from Oakley Studio. So it just depends on where you're at, right? Like we go to the WordPress work-alongs to contribute, to give back to the WordPress community, because WordPress is an open source piece of software that we make half of our revenue on. But it can be approached from many different perspectives. You guys can pick it up and get started on something, no matter where you're at or what your focus is. It's just a matter of price and time and what you want to pay us, what you want to pay the commercial plugins, and if you want to spend hours and hours getting this right.
Okay.
All right. Do we have any other questions? So, no, that was a very good question. I'm glad that you asked it. Do you guys, Lloyd or Evgenia?
So Eugenia, do you have any question for us?
No, it's a lot of information. I'm processing. I'm definitely will get the in the writing, put things together, but it's nice.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, I wasn't able to get a hold of her. I'm not sure if she was aware of the
So
appointment today or
I'm
not.
sorry. I have a
she
call
should have
from
been, but,
eternity, and he's trying
I
to
guess I
holding.
just left her a voicemail that we'll try to reschedule it.
So yeah, sorry. I
Oh,
need to take.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
I'll have somebody reach out to you. I know you're.
All right.
No more questions for me. Thank you for this webinar and the presentations.
Yeah. Well, thanks, you guys. This was our first one, and thanks, Nook, for organizing, and Nadia for being a special guest speaker, and Nena for asking a good question. So, Nena, do you just want to stick around, or should we take a break and then meet again at noon? She has some additional training, and I said, instead of burning through your training hours, why don't you ask some of the questions during the webinar? So that's what she did. But do you want to take a break, or should we just power through? What do you want to do, Nena?
I don't mind just powering through. Was Pete going to join us?
Actually, that's a very good point. So, and was Scott going to join us?
No, Scott was not.
Okay, so we should wait because Pete really, he mentioned like 4 times that he wants to come. So that's a very good reason to take a short break, because he should be aware of the types of developments that we did. Pete is responsible for the hosting of 7 Bar North. So we work very closely with Pete because there are many interactions between the host and the developers and the website that it's good to coordinate. So I would rather wait because of that. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I'd rather wait.
Okay, great. So yeah, we'll take a quick break, and then Nena and I will come back. And then, so thanks you guys, and thanks for putting this together. No.
Okay.
Bye everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anwar.
Thank you.
Bye.
Sorry. Bye.
Sorry.
Thank you. It was
Cool.
awesome
Bye.
to hear you all, but
See ya.
then I got a call. Darn it.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Thanks for coming. All right. Bye.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Bye.